Now, like you said, games. Let's talk games. Yeah, Ohio State, Indiana. Ohio State is favored by 30 points. Uh, this is not going to be a 2021 Ohio State, Indiana, where Ohio State just marches in and puts almost 60 points on Indiana while they score next to nothing. I do think for the first quarter it'd be competitive. I think you're going to see Kyle McCord struggle within the first quarter until he gets his groove. This is his first live reps game action since Akron last year or the year before. And I think eventually Ohio State is going to just tighten up the defense, and you're going to have a monster performance from everyone all around on the defense. I hope to see and expect to see standout play from JT Tuimoloau off the edge, Jack Sawyer. He's being bumped up, I believe, to a full-time player now on the roster. He earned himself. My man, Nate, God, I can't even remember his first name offhand. Ransom at corner. I believe he's corner or safety. Lathan Ransom. That's it. Expect to see a lot out of him. Everybody remembers him, I'm sure, from that major hit against Minnesota to open the season a couple of years ago. At the end, I think these first three games are just hard to talk about. Four for Michigan, first three for Ohio State, because I just think both teams are just going to run away with it at the end. I think Ohio State is going to more than cover. Indiana is going to get lucky and be able to put some points on the board. It's just a matter of how many and what kind of performance we see out of Trace Jackson Davis's brother, who's going to be playing quarterback for Indiana. And I'm going to say Ohio State's going to win 46-10.
How about that? I don't remember. I go back to Big Ten Live last week. Yesterday's episode, because I don't remember what I said. I think I predicted Ohio State was going to win by a lot. So go back to that because I don't want to contradict my prediction. So it was last night on the Ocho, Big Ten Live. But what I will say is that Kyle McCord has a short leash, as we said. He is going to have to produce. He does have that high school connection with Marvin Harrison Jr. We know that Egbuka is a 5-star, incredible wide receiver. He's probably going to go first round in the draft. We know that they have Stover, really, really good tight end. The questions that I have are, how's the O-line going to hold up? I think against Indiana will probably hold up fine. I'm not concerned at all, actually, about Ohio State's defense in this game. Yeah. And the reason is because my defensive coordinator was Don Brown for, 6 years-ish, and they crushed it against competition like Indiana, because when you run these zero blitz and these man coverage packages and you rely on physicality, you can out-physical teams like Indiana. And I'm not saying that Knowles is Don Brown, but the similarities are there. And so I think they're going to be fine against Indiana. And y'all will take care of business. If Kyle McCord struggles and Devin Brown comes in the second half and lights it up, then look out, because Devin Brown might be your week 2 starting quarterback. And I'm not so sure that Ryan Day hasn't thought of that. He just wants to give the nod out of respect to the guy who's been in the program. But yeah, I think Indiana, it has not been able to recover from when Kalen DeBoer left the program and Mike Hart left the program. That was their best years, 2019, 2020. They beat Michigan. They looked great. But Allen has not been able to replace that those pieces and that staff. And I just don't see the personnel there to win. I think I have them at 2-10 for the season. Sorry, Jeffrey. But but dreams could happen, and you got to dream big. So maybe they make a bowl, but I just don't see it. I think you're headed for a Tom Allen is headed for a one-way ticket out of Indiana at the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, first of all, I think Tom Allen's done plenty for the university as a whole. I mean, just, when you're, stuffed at the bottom of the best division in college football. And yes, I said division, not conference, division, because the Big
Right.
Ten East, it has to be the best division in college football. It's the first division in college football playoff history to have two teams from the same division in the playoff. But I mean, yeah, my bold prediction was 8-4 for Indiana on one of Mark's shows, but I don't know. I think at best they can get 6-6 at best.
Wow.
I mean, I think it's there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but I think they're headed for 2 wins, but we'll watch it, and maybe we'll